Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we go any further, I need you to feel this. Have you ever met a woman who seemed interested until suddenly she pulled away? No explanation, no warning, just silence. And you were left replaying every moment wondering what you did wrong. Stay with me because what I'm about to reveal will change how you see attraction forever. If you want to understand female psychology on a deeper level, make sure you subscribe and like this video. Not for me, but for the version of you that's tired of being confused. Now listen carefully. There's a reason some men struggle, while others walk into a room and instantly command attention without trying. It's not looks, it's not money, it's something far more subtle and far more powerful. Bad boys don't seduce women the way you think they do. They don't chase harder, they don't try to impress. In fact, they do the opposite. And that's where the dirty trick begins. You've been taught that if you show more interest, give more attention, prove your value, you'll win her over. But female attraction doesn't work like a logical checklist. It's emotional, it's instinctive, and most importantly, it's reactive. Bad boys understand something you were never told. Attraction grows in uncertainty, not confusion, not manipulation, but emotional tension. The space between, I think he likes me, and I'm not sure what he's thinking. That space? That's where her mind starts working for you. When you're always available, always clear, always predictable, her brain relaxes. There's nothing to figure out, no mystery, no challenge. And without that, attraction fades faster than you realize. But when a man holds back just enough, when he doesn't reveal everything, when his attention isn't guaranteed, something shifts inside her. She leans in, she starts wondering, she invests. And here's the truth that might sting a little. The more she thinks about you, the more attached she becomes. Not because of what you gave her, but because of what she had to figure out. This isn't about becoming toxic, it's about understanding a psychological trigger most men ignore. Because the game was never about saying the right words, it was about controlling the emotional experience she has around you. And once you understand that, everything changes. Now let's get deeper, because this is where most men completely miss the point. You see, the dirty trick bad boys use isn't just about withholding attention, it's about creating contrast. It's the subtle push and pull that makes her brain light up in ways she can't resist. Think about the last time a woman seemed completely captivated by someone. Did he flatter her constantly? Did he lay out every detail of his life like an open book? No, he was unpredictable in the right way. He gave just enough to make her feel seen, but not so much that she felt safe. And this is the secret most men never get. Safety kills desire. Women crave safety in long-term relationships, but attraction? That's born from excitement, challenge, and emotional tension. A bad boy instinctively knows this. He isn't cruel, he's strategic. He creates an environment where her emotions are engaged, her mind is curious, and her heart starts racing. It works like this. He'll show warmth, maybe even flirt, but then he disappears just a little. Maybe he doesn't reply immediately. Maybe he cancels plans, but not in a way that's dismissive, just enough to make her think. This tiny gap, this uncertainty, forces her brain to chase the feeling she got when he was present. And here's the psychological truth that hits hard. Humans are wired to crave what they can't fully predict. When you are overly available, overly eager, or overly transparent, her brain doesn't get stimulated. She doesn't invest mentally. She doesn't replay interactions in her mind. She doesn't feel the thrill. But when you create just the right distance, you trigger her internal reward system. She begins to anticipate your attention. She replays moments with you. She imagines what it would be like to have your attention again. She invests emotionally, without even realizing it. This is not manipulation. It's an understanding of how attraction actually works, how the mind craves a mix of warmth and mystery. And it's something you can use to your advantage, not to hurt her, but to finally be the man who commands attention without trying too hard. Because most men will never learn this. They'll overcompensate with words, gifts, or time, and in doing so, they extinguish the spark before it even had a chance to ignite. The bad boy knows the power of restraint. He understands that desire is a dance, not a chase. And if you can grasp this concept, you'll never look at attraction the same way again. Are you ready to see exactly how this plays out step by step? Because the next layer is where it gets even more revealing, and it's the moment most men completely fail. Here's where most men crash and burn without even realizing it. You think seduction is about saying the perfect thing, or sending the perfect text, or making her laugh just right. But that's only the surface. The real dirty trick bad boys use is invisible. It's in the emotional rhythm they create, the way they make her feel without telling her what to feel. Imagine this. You're talking to a woman. A guy like this isn't pouring himself out or revealing his entire life story. Instead, he's playful, teasing, slightly aloof. Sometimes he's hot, sometimes he's cool. His attention feels earned, and because of that, every interaction becomes a tiny thrill. She doesn't just notice him, she thinks about him later, alone. And that's where the magic happens. This works because of something called intermittent reinforcement. It's a psychological principle that makes us obsessed with what we can't fully predict. Casinos use it, social media uses it, and yes, the most magnetic men use it in dating. Every time she gets a spark of connection, followed by a small gap, her brain releases dopamine. She starts craving the next interaction, sometimes without even knowing why. Most men do the opposite. They are consistent, predictable, and available on demand. And while that sounds nice, it's boring. Her brain doesn't need to work. There's no tension, no excitement, no mental replay of your moments together. She doesn't invest, she doesn't chase, she doesn't desire. The difference is subtle, but it's everything. The bad boy never over-explains. He never begs for attention. He doesn't fill silence with noise. Instead, he knows that absence, controlled, intentional absence, is magnetic. It makes her question, wonder, and imagine. Her imagination becomes your ally. And here's a truth that hits men hard. Attraction isn't logical. You can't argue, reason, or force it. The more you chase certainty, the less you get it. But the moment you step back, create controlled unpredictability, and let her emotions carry her toward you, that's when the power flips. This is why women often say things like, "I don't know why, but I can't stop thinking about him." They can't articulate it because it isn't about what he said or did, it's about how he made her brain work. He became a puzzle she wanted to solve, a spark she wanted to feel again. And now, I'm going to show you the exact way this unfolds in real life, step by step, so you can recognize it. And yes, even use it responsibly to create real attraction. Let's break down the step-by-step pattern you need to understand, because this is where men either succeed or fail miserably without realizing it. Step 1 isn't flashy, it's almost invisible. It starts with presence. Not constant attention, not relentless messaging, but a confident, calm presence when you are around her. You don't try to impress, you don't over-explain, you exist, and that's enough. Step 2 is subtle emotional contrast. One moment you're warm, engaged, playful, the next, just slightly distant, just enough that she starts wondering what you're thinking. This isn't coldness, it's tension. And tension fuels desire far more than words ever could. Women's attraction is a response to emotion, not logic. You're creating an emotional journey she can't stop thinking about. Step 3 is strategic absence. Here's where most men fail. They panic when she doesn't text back immediately. They double message, they over-apologize, they overcompensate. A bad boy knows this is the exact moment to pull back. He doesn't vanish completely, he maintains dignity, but he allows space for her to feel that subtle itch of curiosity and anticipation. Absence isn't rejection, it's intrigue. Step 4 is controlled validation. He compliments, but sparingly. He shows interest, but selectively. When you give constant validation, it loses value. When you give it with precision, it becomes addictive. She begins associating your attention with reward, not entitlement. She starts chasing the feeling you trigger, not the man himself. Step 5 is unpredictability in communication. Timing, tone, and energy fluctuate naturally. sometimes playful, sometimes serious, sometimes available, sometimes briefly absent. It's not about being cruel or manipulative, it's about engaging her brain, keeping her emotionally invested, and making her feel alive around you. She doesn't just like you, she's drawn into a psychological rhythm she can't ignore. Step 6 is self-possession. He has his life, his purpose, his passions. He isn't defined by her responses or attention. This is magnetic because women sense when a man isn't desperate. Desperation kills desire. Independence creates curiosity. Self-possession communicates value far louder than words ever could. When all 6 steps are combined, you're no longer just a man trying to get attention. You've become an emotional experience she can't stop thinking about. She doesn't even consciously realize what's happening. Her brain is working overtime, replaying interactions, imagining possibilities, craving the next spark of connection. This is the essence of the dirty trick. It's not deception, it's psychology. It's understanding how desire is truly built, and it's a truth most men will never see because they confuse attraction with effort and desire with friendliness. The moment you grasp this, the rules of dating shift entirely. And in the next layer, I'm going to reveal why many men who try these steps still fail, and how to make sure you don't. Here's the part most men never see coming, the part that separates those who succeed from those who crash and burn, even when they know the steps. Understanding the dirty trick isn't enough. You have to recognize the invisible mistakes that kill attraction faster than anything else. First, let's talk overexposure. You might think the more you text, call, or engage, the more she'll like you. But the opposite happens. When she knows exactly where you are emotionally every time, she stops thinking about you. The tension disappears. Desire fades. Your presence becomes comfortable, but comfort never sparks obsession. Second, let's address emotional transparency. Honesty is good, but too much too soon is lethal. Sharing every insecurity or explaining every thought sounds mature, but it removes mystery. Mystery creates intrigue. When a woman doesn't have to work a little for insight into you, she loses interest. Bad boys understand that mystery is magnetic. They give glimpses, not full disclosures. Third, inconsistency that isn't intentional kills trust, which kills attraction. Here's the distinction. Deliberate, controlled unpredictability excites. Random flakiness irritates. She can feel the difference. A bad boy is unpredictable because he chooses it strategically, not because he's unreliable. This is what creates the emotional push and pull, what makes her chase without realizing it. Fourth, trying to win her approval or affection is fatal. Attraction isn't a negotiation. Bad boys don't try to convince a woman she should like them. They demonstrate value by living life on their terms. She notices, she respects, and desire grows organically. Approval-seeking screams neediness, and nothing kills attraction faster. Fifth, ignoring the power of timing is a common fatal flaw. Interaction timing isn't just about texting, it's about emotional rhythm. Knowing when to appear, when to disappear, and when to escalate connection is the silent language of attraction. If you rush it or delay it without purpose, you disrupt the very tension you're trying to build. Most men who fail with women aren't failing because they lack charm or looks. They fail because they misunderstand how desire works. They confuse effort with attraction, accessibility with connection, and friendliness with sexual tension. Bad boys don't. They orchestrate emotional experiences. They create a rhythm she can't escape. And here's the truth that's hard to swallow. Once you see this pattern, you can't unsee it. You'll recognize it in every woman you meet, every interaction you have. The question is, will you use it consciously, or will you keep falling into the traps most men never escape? Mastering this is less about manipulation and more about understanding psychology, the unspoken rules that govern attraction, desire, and obsession. And if you get this right, women don't just like you. They can't stop thinking about you. Now, let's close the circle and reveal the final layer, because this is where men finally understand why bad boys seem untouchable and why women can't stop thinking about them. It's not luck. It's not coincidence. It's the invisible framework of attraction that most men will never notice, much less master. The core principle is this: desire is emotional, not logical. Women aren't calculating points. They aren't tallying who's nicer, who's richer, or who's more available. Their brains are responding to tension, contrast, and the subtle dance between attention and absence. Bad boys trigger that response instinctively. They create the emotional experience before she even realizes it. Here's what that looks like in real life. He shows up fully present in a conversation, making her feel heard and understood. Then he steps back just enough, physically, emotionally, or in communication, that she feels the void. That void compels her to reflect on him. She replays moments, analyzes every word, imagines possibilities. She invests energy in him without realizing she's doing it. That's where attraction becomes obsession. And make no mistake, this works on a deep biological level. Dopamine spikes with unpredictability, anticipation, and emotional contrast. When she experiences this with you, her brain starts associating you with excitement and reward. She's not just interested, she's mentally hooked. She thinks about you in idle moments. She wonders what you're doing, how you feel, and even why she can't let you go. But the most important piece is self-mastery. You can't create this effect if you're desperate, reactive, or constantly seeking approval. Your confidence, independence, and ability to hold your emotional center are the magnet that pulls her in. Attraction doesn't flow to neediness. It flows to presence, mystery, and emotional command. This is why bad boys are rarely conquered. They don't chase, they don't over-explain, and they don't hand over their emotional availability on demand. Instead, they craft moments of engagement and absence, tension and reward, curiosity and intrigue. And women can't resist it, not because they're weak, but because biology and psychology are wired to respond to this exact pattern. Now, imagine applying this consciously. You create magnetic presence, you leverage subtle tension, and you control the emotional rhythm without playing games. You become the man who isn't just liked, but remembered, desired, and thought about constantly. This isn't trickery or cruelty. It's understanding the raw, unspoken truths of female attraction. Once you see it, you'll never approach dating the same way again. Women will notice, they will engage, and, most importantly, they will feel a pull toward you that's impossible to ignore. The power was never in what you said, it was in what you made her feel. And now, finally, you know exactly how to create it.